so sweet, so precious. Hi, Mzansi. Yes, through television, Trinity is on your screens and you're watching Trending SA. It's been a super busy weekend and we have the hottest trends locked and ready to be served. My name, of course, is Lou Love, and sitting comfortably on the seat of stardom is the reigning queen of television comedy, Lisa Khotlavi.
Yeah, let's not limit it to TV, but catch Ubetina to just now.
Not the promo, I love it. And bringing the pizzazz from the far end of the table, we have Umlazi's finest, Mablair.
I'm just shocked that you guys know where Mlazi is. Last week, you guys were saying from some unknown place that nobody doesn't know. Yes, I'm bringing violence on the first day.
Oh. I don't want him to include me because I wasn't here and my mom is from Mlazi. But anyway, taking the fourth seat on our top trends this evening, we are joined by the bubbly and seasoned television radio presenter, voice artist, Mantsoe Pout.
Okay, thank you guys, and congratulations on the new season. I haven't been here since you guys joined.
Yes.
Manners. Thank you guys.
Please don't take our jobs.
Yeah.
We did that. I'm playing.
Hey, guys, on that note, it's time for Top Trends.
The Democratic Alliance found itself in the eye of social media storm this past weekend following the news that two of its senior party officials might have lied about their post-matric qualifications. Hashtag Bugingosi Matikizela dominated our timelines after the DA's Western Cape leader, an MEC of Public Works and Transport, was placed on suspension, following revelations that he lied about his tertiary qualifications. Okay, guys, are you guys surprised that Matikizela cooked up his qualifications?
I am surprised because that's not really our thing, to fake qualifications. You know what I'm saying? Because there has to be a grade, there has to be a table like this with drinks and a cake.
But is it our thing to be part of that party? Okay. All right.
But sweet, do you have any thoughts?
You know what my thing is, right? When someone this high up and in the office can hold no qualification and say that they actually have a qualification, for me that's a problem. Like, what steps are there to make sure that people are actually qualified for the jobs that they have?
Right.
Yeah, usually they don't check white privilege. So while we're still reeling from the shock of Matikizela's lies, more lies hit the fan in the DA camp. Hashtag Mazzoni started making rounds on my timeline after it emerged that DA Chief Whip in the National Assembly, Natasha Mazzoni's qualifications were brought into question. This follows after Natasha edited her Wikipedia page to remove the word advocate from her qualification in her bio only now in 2021.
Wow.
You must try reading that without smiling, actually. This is a serious show. The news of Mazzoni's lack of post-matric qualification set social media ablaze, and tweets didn't mince their words, and this is what they had to say. Our friend Umaiti Jamie weighed in with this. I'm old enough to remember when certain people used to laugh at Julius for failing woodwork, when they used to react loudly and harshly if they discovered ANC leaders did not have qualifications.
Right.
Now we know that they only have matric or less. They want to shift the goalposts. Umpofi Mavo had this to say: being black in South Africa is really tough. You go to college, university and get qualifications, but you still don't get a job because you don't have experience. But with a political membership card, you get to call the shots. Ha! Guys, listen, take it away.
I don't have much to add to the conversation that people haven't added already. I do want to say, I think it's incredible that no one checked because she's white. I feel like, BCCSA, I think the number will be here because I know people are going to call it today. But I do think that it's very interesting that Natasha Mazzoni also took the victim post.
Yeah.
She's calling us EFF, like everybody suddenly is EFF. Somebody's victimizing her on something that even if she didn't outwardly lie about, she helped cover up. And she only removed the word advocate in 2021. She says she did her articles without even a degree. That's already white privilege. Because how on earth can you get your articles done when you only have matric?
I see what you are bothered about, and it's very valid. What bothered me, it was during when she was going on a Twitter rant about being a victim. Then she said to some guy, "What did your degree get you?" And that for me,
and she said nothing. She capitalized
nothing. And that for me means that she actually knows the game, because I can get a master's as this person, and she can be there with matric.
Right.
That's exactly what the DA is made up of. Black people in the DA have to have at least a master's, if not going towards it. The white people, and including the leader, only have a matric. post-matric.
But
And those are the
isn't-
people who take care of you.
And isn't that the plight of black people generally, I think, in South Africa and maybe across the world, that if you're black, you have to be exceptional and be overachieving.
exceptional.
And everyone else that's your counterpart can just be.
Sissy, that's right on the money. Anyway, this past week, I'm so glad you're here because I feel already it's gonna be a team. This past weekend, hashtag Lindani Mieni started trending after a South African native was killed by Honolulu law enforcement in Hawaii. Lindani, who was a former rugby player and was married to a US citizen with whom he had 2 young children.
Sure.
In a post that she shared on Facebook, she wrote, I called and he said he was on his way home at 7:52 p.m. By 8:10 p.m., cops had shot him 4 times. How can you justify that? What happened in 18 minutes? What do I tell my babies when they cry for him?
Oh, the story is just so hectic and it's so painful. After his fatal shooting, the police body cam was released by authorities, but we can't show it due to its graphic nature. But it shows that the police officers did not announce themselves. Instead, they flashed a torch in his face and told him to get on the ground and only said that they were police after shooting him. So speaking to News 24, the Mieni family's lawyer, Luke Kowarski, said his death was a result of poorly trained or aggressive police officers who escalated a situation unnecessarily. This, of course, sparked outrage online, with many calling for hashtag justice for Lindani Mieni. Subdue R said that if you have guns drawn on an unarmed man, then you are an attacker. If you approach an unarmed man, standing still and tell him why you were there and who you are definitely a trained police officer. We also had a tweet from Cried Wolf saying, not nice to see loss of life, no matter who or what, but body cam footage shows him directly disobeying officers' orders. You know what? Seems that this is why he was shot. If a cop shouts at me to get down or whatever, I listen. To be fair, I have nothing to say to you, Cried Wolf. I really don't. Sarah Michelle saying you do not need to watch the body cam footage to know that Lindani Mieni should have not been murdered. Please stop perpetuating the cycle of watching black men die. Body cam footage or none, Honolulu police murdered a man. Ms. Pout, what do you think?
You know, I like the fact that Sarah is talking about how it's being perpetuated, like to see black bodies die, and black men being killed in America. It's such a big thing, and it's becoming normal. And what's sad about all of this is that all these stories that we hear of these men that are being killed are people that are unarmed. And you find a lot of people that are armed and that are hurting people and that are killing several people, getting away with stuff, and you just question yourself then, what does it mean? Are you just killed because of the color of your skin?
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the case in my opinion. There was Dylan Roof who killed 9 people in a church. Recently, there was another white kid who killed 10 people, and both of them got to make it to holding cells. So there's nothing that can say, even if it was a burglary, even if he was doing something wrong, that if you can take a mass murderer to jail peacefully, why is it when a black person, even you have to pull crimes from long ago, and then there's murder. And for me, I think white hysteria, white women tears, I've spoken about this being weaponized, is why black people have been killed. Emmett Till was one of the first public cases, and I'd like to show a video that actually illustrates the point if we have it.
Don't come close to me.
I'm taking pictures calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
So she mentioned an African-American man is threatening my life. And she screamed, nothing was happening to her in that video if you watch the rest of it. And they know that the hysteria gets people killed. I hate that.
Listen, I worry because if we look at history, there was always the black people. There's always 2 sides, 2 factions of the movement. There's always the peaceful movement, and then there's always the let's burn the house down. And the thing is, the let's burn the house down part of the movement has always been kept in check, I use that loosely, by people like us who choose nonviolence. I am for nonviolence, but when these things are happening and we're seeing them every day, I don't see myself now advocating for this side anymore, because what am I going to say? What am I going to say when people want to pick up arms and want to burn the house down? What do I say?
What's the point of hashtags and protests when nothing's changing? We've been protesting, we've been marching, we've been hashtagging, we've been calling for justice, and people are still getting killed now in the end of May.
And that is
in the
my
end of
thing,
April.
is that I am exhausted. I am so tired. How many more protests, how many more movements, how many more hashtags, how many blacking out on social medias are we going to do before it's a real... This is an attack. It's been. So now what do we do? But all right, guys, we have more trends coming your way. And later, a mover and shaker, Rudy Chalmers, takes his music to the next level. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to TrendingSA. I just want to tell you at home, Lesego thought that we went on air with the So,
At least I did well for what I thought was a rehearsal.
Yeah.
so Lewis Hamilton was all over the timeline yesterday after a thrilling race that saw the 7-time world champion finish a race at second place. So Hamilton, who has been on a winning streak, made an error that led him missing out on clinching the top position in the Emilia-Romagna F1 Grand Prix in Imola.
Oh.
So, guys, did I say that like I was watching? Did I say that I was watching?
Not all of that in there.
Do you guys watch? Do you guys watch?
Yeah, no.
Listen,
no.
my dad and my siblings are super fans of the F1. So I kind of catch what's happening through them. So I know that yesterday, obviously everyone that's a big Lewis Hamilton was looking out for him to win.
Yeah.
And then he got into a car accident or something, a crash.
Yeah.
And then he came 7th, and then he went from 7th to 2nd, which then still makes him the greatest of all time.
I think that's iconic.
That's,
I
yeah.
don't
That's
think this
all I
is-
know.
So what happened is he made a mistake, which
Okay.
cost him to 7th place. Then like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 got into an accident, which was
Because
lucky
of
for him,
his
'cause then
mistake?
he could go into number 2, not because of his mistake.
I know why he made that mistake, Shame.
Why?
He was missing Mandela.
Don't do that.
He misses him every day.
Don't do that.
He does speak about him a lot.
Because, okay, so with what happened to him, I just want to throw it out to the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel that it's actually more painful to lose when you've been on a winning streak? Or
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
if it's
I
more
do think so.
painful.
you think so?
because if you're used to losing and doing the like, that's okay. But if you're not, like, it's terribly painful, honestly. And this is because like my career has been like winning streaks.
Yeah.
Oh.
When he lost the race, his words were, "I'm human."
Yeah.
And I
Which is
think
also
because-
like we know. Duh.
I think,
Yeah.
I think he was in shock.
he was in shock.
I think he had to remind himself that actually I am not a god.
So he was
I am
asking himself,
okay,
like,
cool.
When was your last loss where you felt like I'm human?
Oh,
Okay, never mind.
I can't say that.
Mine was very recent.
What happened?
We know that I'm unemployed now, so.
Oh!
That reminded me that I'm human. Like I was
Are these
literally
colors
reminded.
not triggering you?
These colors
I'm
are
so
so
sorry.
triggering. I can't.
Well, you're here at Trending anyway, and if you were employed, you wouldn't be able to be here.
Aw,
But
thank
happy
you.
you're here. Anyway, I came across this article today. Cue the article. I'd love to see the article. Okay, so the Maldives plans to vaccinate tourists soon, and South Africans can get there for 16,000. Now, according to the article, the Maldives is setting itself up as a vaccine tourism destination, and as soon as the population is vaccinated, they plan on offering vaccines on arrival to tourists. So I did tweet about it earlier in the year. I said, I want to go on a vaccination because clearly we're not getting them here. Where's pretty, but where I can also get the vaccine as a foreigner? Where was that place in Switzerland? Would you guys go on a vaccination?
Oh, yes!
I think it's a brilliant
Oh,
idea.
yes! I'm actually going
Where are you going?
to the Maldives.
Oh, okay.
When are you
month.
going?
Next month.
So you got 16K
Yeah.
just for the flight, because remember, that's just the flight price.
I'm here every day. I'm earning money
Wait, Nana.
every day.
I
better
must
get
speak
that
to
check.
somebody because I don't know if I have would you go on a vaccination?
I have told you guys my situation. I think if you do have the money, you definitely have to consider doing it.
Yeah, I think this is such a brilliant move for the Maldives and tourism, because we all know how much that was affected during the actual lockdown, not being able to move, and then now opening up, restrictions and people being able to move. This is very smart because we're all struggling via vaccine.
Actually-
to go and vacate for 2 weeks. So in those 2 weeks, usually you're probably like, oh no, going for 7 days. In those 2 weeks, you're buying, you're experiencing things, you're snorkeling, you're doing the most, you're growing the economy. So this is phenomenal.
Actually, Lutz, I don't care about the beach. I actually hate it there, but I'm going for the vaccine.
Okay, my player, we'll
Hey,
see you in
if
a
you're
few
watching-
weeks.
Organize the tickets.
So I'm sure we all attempted to shoot our shots once or twice when opportunity struck, but American singer and rapper Azealia Banks has taken manifesting your crush to a whole new level. So over the weekend, news broke that Kanye West reportedly wants his next relationship to be with an artist who is who's not just creative, but someone who can speak the same language as him. So not so shockingly, Azealia Banks took to her Instagram to post this. Ooh.
It's me, guys, the powerful black demon entity waiting in my ovaries. And Kanye's, no, I can't say that,
gosh.
is finally about to unleashed upon the world. Wow.
All of you are
She called
going
herself
to
the
jail.
what? Powerful black demon.
I honestly reserved my right to comment on this one, but the tweeps couldn't resist to actually put their 2 cents in. OMK, I'm not going to say the name, who said, could you imagine the Twitter content we would get weekly? And then Claire said, Kanye West and Azealia Banks would be absolutely chaotic together. They both Gemini suns with Taurus Mercuries. Can you imagine what Twitter... What moon energy is this? Is it chaos energy?
It's astrology.
No, it's so amazing, guys. Oh, I love it. I love it. I ship it.
I want to ask, do you guys think that this would work?
Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely think it will work out.
Considering who they are.
Yes,
For Twitter
they
and for our
get each other. They get each other. And can you imagine the music, the creativity, the ideas? Like, Yeezy would be on fire, my boy. Look at this model.
But you can't have people who are like shaky together.
But not only shaky, that also think they semi-gods. Like, imagine those two people in a
Did you see how she
relationship.
started that demon? What did you say? Medium demon energy.
It's because you guys bully her all the time.
You
and so
guys.
she's taking the words that everybody uses to attack her, and she's just like,
She's
actually...
literally the biggest bully on Twitter
Okay,
and Instagram.
quickly, ladies, I want to ask, I know these two, Mantsoe, I'll ask you, have you ever shot your shot?
I have shot my shot. I won't say it was successful, but I have shot my shot. I am just self...
Did you win?
I started by saying I won't say it was successful.
Oh, okay.
That tells you what happened.
I mean, you know, here we're in the winner's circle. I shot my shot and I had 2 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Was that your crush?
Batung. We're not going to go into that right now. She said what she said. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
I can't
guys.
believe you won't be able to stay, but thank you.
Thank you, guys. Invite me again. I'll be back.
We'll be back, but we're still employed. She's gunning for a job. She's gunning for a job. You're not going to take my job on air. This is what I did 2 months ago. You're not going to do this. Anyway, after the break, rising music sensation Rudy Chalmers takes his musical creativity further on our next level. Brought to you by Vodacom. Further together, brand refresh. See you in a bit. I love you.
Lesego, you're going to hell. Welcome back to TSA on 3.
Okay.
Technology can take us far, but with the power of humanity, we are able to go further together. Today's youth are about pushing boundaries, making bolder choices, and creating opportunities for themselves. Vodacom believes that when we champion the youth of today, we unlock the potential power of tomorrow, and we go further together. With that being said, our next interview is brought to you by Vodacom's Further Together brand refresh and Next Level. Best value for under 25.
With technology and humanity, we can go further together. Vodacom.
Tenko Simbuli, who goes by the stage name Rudy Chalmers, is a bubbling musical artist on the rise, having caught the attention of social media lovers with his catchy lyrical flows and beats. The young artist has already dropped 2 singles, On My Way and Little Birdie, which are on high rotation on music streaming platforms. Rudy is definitely taking up space and firmly positioning himself as the next big thing in music, paving his own path in his own way in the industry. Welcome to TrendingSA, Rudy Chalmers.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so
I did
much
say
for
to
having
you
me.
when I saw you and I said, you look so dope.
Thank you.
This is a look.
Thank you, yes.
Yeah.
I'm styled by a South African designer,
Oh.
Stefano Cavalieri. This is all wool. So yeah, shout out to SA artists, SA designers.
I love
How did you choose
it.
your name just quickly? Your name is Te. So
Yes.
Rudy Chalmers.
So Chalmers is my dad's middle name.
Okay.
And Rudy is just a funky name that I thought I'd go with to, you know, keep the stage name vibe. Yeah.
All right, so you recently dropped a video for On My Way.
Yes.
Right? And just let's take a look.
Till I get on my way. Ooh, wait till I get on my way. Wait till I get on my way. Oh yeah.
Now, let's talk about your music. How would you describe your sound? Because this is my vibe, but you dress like the Screes, and they make music that I listen to like on Fridays. But what's your sound? Like, it's very mature, and I like it.
Okay, Dad.
Thank you for that compliment. I would say that my sound mostly it aims to just be honest. So I'm just trying to write about honestly how I'm feeling at any moment. That specific song is about me trying to, you know, get on my way and make my music career and my music dreams happen. So honest reflections of who I am, jazzy tones, a little bit of alternative flavor, and the undertone of hip hop, because I started rapping and I love to rap. So yeah, that's the description.
Your music, I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, so your music to me sounds, there's a very futuristic vibe, but there's a very jazzy sort of melody, something a bit old school. I'm really falling in love with it. But can you tell us some of the people and the things that influence your sound and your creativity?
So some of my favorite artists that inspire my music are Tom Misch, Loyal Kana.
I can hear that.
I've been listening to a lot of old school funk lately as well, like George Benson, Brothers Johnson. And I'm lucky because I had two parents who are extremely creative and they took up a lot of space and were artistic in their own way. So I've taken a lot of inspiration from my parents. My mom she's super stylish, and you know, every outfit that I choose, she thinks, you know, I should go a different way, and a different style. But I mean, always with the best intentions. And yeah, there's inspiration everywhere. There's inspiration on set, there's inspiration talking to you guys. There's inspiration everywhere.
So I'm looking at those visuals and I am impressed. I am so impressed. You know, you're obviously very creative and you take your time, and there's concepts and there's ideas and there's creativity. So take me through that, because not a lot of artists actually have that, especially in the beginning. Why is that so important?
Thank you. I think it's honest artistic exploration and expression is the kind of the best way I feel like going about it. And you know, giving people something that they can look at and be like, wow, this stands out, you know. And especially because I was during lockdown, I had a lot of time to make the music that I'm releasing now. So I have a deep connection with it, and I didn't want to shortchange it by being lazy with the visuals. You know, I wanted to have visuals that could possibly get me on TV, you know, talking to you guys. So I was here I am, and you know, so I took my time and I was able to meet some incredible people. The videographer on the video, Jamie Kingaby, he also came with massive ideas. And I think that's also the beautiful thing about a music video specifically, is that it's so much artistic collaboration. You know, there's a musician involved, there's a stylist involved, there's a videographer, there's a lot of creative input. So what people are seeing there, all of the creativity can't be attributed to me.
Your father is the legendary Vuyombuli, and you just mentioned that you actually used his middle name as your stage name. Is this you paying homage to him?
Absolutely, absolutely. Everything I do is paying homage to him, you know, trying to just live my life the way I saw him live his. And absolutely, when I made the decision that I was going to go with the stage name, I felt as though it was only right to have a piece of my dad in there.
Oh my God. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. I could speak to you all day. Please do leave your numbers. I've got some cousins, little cousins that I need to say.
I just need
If it's not me, it's going to be my cousins.
I'll give you the design.
Don't worry, little cousins. Anyway, I'm going to
She hits on everyone.
I'm not hitting on them. He's a one that's for my cousin.
Let's go home.
We've run out of time. Thank you so much for joining us. We will tune into your music.
Thank you.
Anyway, guys, if you want to see more of this interview, we are going to continue it on YouTube and our social media pages after the show. So please do check it out.
And if you'd like to follow our passion, or your passion rather, like our guest, visit www.vodacom.co.za/next level to get in on the latest deals. Vodacom has created various initiatives such as discounted data offers, higher earning rates with the VodaBucks reward program, and job opportunities for graduates across various disciplines. If you are under 25, level up and stay gigged up on the daily with Vodacom's next level data deals.
Good night.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, guys.